There we go. There we go. You're back.
Okay.
And so that evening, I hadn't heard from him via WhatsApp. And I convinced myself, I said, sometimes Sekou gets sleepy and he'll take a nap at 8 o'clock at night, and he's probably taking a nap. I'll talk to him tomorrow morning. Friday morning came, I didn't hear from him. And usually I hear from him. We do these gratitude latitudes. Mm-hmm. And again, I was really in my feelings. I was just like, what is... I'm calling him. So then I called him and no answer. And I WhatsApped him. And then I said, okay, maybe he's just really busy. I never thought like something happened to him, because I don't want to make this sound hokey, but on some level, sometimes it's like he's immortal. Like he's Sekou writes. Mm-hmm. He's fine. I knew something was going on when his best friend, Corby, who I know very well, texted me. No, I'm sorry. Corby called me. I was doing something and I missed it, but I saw a missed call. And I got this feeling in my chest. And I was like, no, I'm going to call him later. Like I think I was avoiding it. So then he texted, he said, Fee, call me. Mm-hmm. And that feeling in my chest became really heavy. Like I felt sick, because I know the one thing that Corby and I have in common, we have a few things in common, but the only person is Sekou. Mm-hmm. And so I remember I had made some tea. I sat down in the living room and I called him. I was like, hey, Corby. And he was like, hey, Fee. I said, what's going on? He said, and by the time he said, I'm already crying. Mm. I'm already crying. And he said, Sekou had a stroke. And I just lost it. I mean, it was as bad as hearing, that my mother died. Mm. It just felt final to me. And I felt like I didn't get to talk to him. Mm-hmm. I didn't get to tell him all the things that I really needed him to know. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I cheated him and I cheated myself and I waited too late. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how could this happen? And I wanted to stay in the loop. I was like, please, Corby, let me know when I can see him. Like I immediately wanted to go to Nashville to see him. Mm-hmm. And I was met with a lot of resistance. Mm-hmm. And I now understand why. It's because they didn't know what was going on. He wasn't able to communicate. I didn't know his mom. I didn't know. And then I was like, I don't know any of these people. They don't know me. How can I get information? And I tell you, again, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, because I had a plan. Mm-hmm. And everything that I thought I needed and wanted to do was not working out. And I sought therapy because I was losing my mind. Mm-hmm. I was in such a dark place, to the point where my sister came over to the house with my niece. And she was like, I know how much you care about Sekou. And I know, Felicia, that you've lost so many people. I just want to know if you're okay. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't. And I told her, I said, I'm not okay. I said, and I want to see him. I just want him to know that I'm here, that I haven't left him, but I couldn't. I saw a therapist who helped me to at least calm down. And I said, I've got to just be patient. I've got to be patient. And then I said, I know if I was in this situation, I know how stressful I can be about money. I said, he's not able to work. I said, the only thing I know how to do is raise some money. Because I knew Sekou didn't have insurance, because we talked about it. And I was upset with him about not getting insurance during open enrollment. Mm-hmm. I was upset with myself for not being more forceful, because I wish I would have said Sekou, but I didn't. I said, he's a grown man. I've given him the information, but I said, I cannot let him wake up and have this burden and this stress on him about these bills, because that in and of itself can send you in a tailspin of depression. They're coming at you full force. Oh, I've helped you. Now I'm gonna need my money. And so that consumed my everything. was how can we help him with these bills? And that's what I focused on. And I remember saying to Corby, I said, I'm going to focus on this. I'm not going to focus on my love for Sekou. I'm just going to focus on Sekou as my friend only. Like I'm a ride for him the way that I would ride for all of my friends. I said, we're going to raise this money. And that became my mantra, my everyday, my everything, to the point where I said, I don't care if people think I'm crazy. I don't care if they think I'm obsessed with stuff. I saw the way my sister was looking at me. I didn't care. I was like, I don't care. That was my 410.
That was the 410. Yeah. Yeah. I feel all of that, Fee. I feel all of that. So Sekou, what was your 410?
Come over here looking for me. Don't come over here looking for me after hearing those two 410s. Like, wow. That's
And
really
you know what? I just remember that it wasn't Friday that your mom sent the email. It was Saturday. It was the next day. And that Friday night, I was calling hospitals because your mother didn't say what hospital you were in. So I just started calling hospitals.
Wow.
To see what hospital you were in. And then I think Marco was like, he was like, come, you got to go to bed. And I was like, just one more hospital. And I called one more hospital and it wasn't the hospital. And then I went to bed. And then I think that next evening, I saw the email from your mom.
Wow.
Yeah. So it bled into 411.
Yeah.
But it started at 410.
It started at 410.
Started at 410, moved into 411. And I was with you, Fee. I was like on the computer, flights to Nashville, flights to Nashville. I didn't know where I was going to go once I got there. I was just standing in the street going, Sekou, Sekou.
Yes. There's such a sense of urgency, like what has happened, because he created such a big presence, in our lives now with social media. Like we're even more connected.
Yes.
And I relied upon his show. Like, I'm used to seeing him every morning. I'm on my run and I would watch him on my run just about every morning, but I knew he was there. And for him to not be there, like the show was very important to him. And I said, this was, it just reminded me of the movie A Day Without Mexicans. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't want, and I've said this to Sekou, I don't want a day without Sekou.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
That's it.
Ashe.
That is it.
Ashe. So Sekou, we're talking about you, and you're right there.
I know. It's so interesting to hear. And I've heard bits and pieces, a little bit of both of you, but this is the most that I've heard each of you share about your experience. And to know that for me was just, it was just blankness. My 410 was blankness. Like I kind of remember giving the woman who I now recognize was my mom a hug. But at the time I was like, I don't understand why this woman is hugging me, but let me give her a hug back.
Oh, because he's so sweet.
And that's all I remember. And I remember that she gave me a let me get one. One of these. She gave me one of these.
A rubber ducky.
Rubber ducky. Now, she gave me this. I'm pretty sure I remember she gave me this. And I was like, I wonder why she gave me this rubber ducky. Right? I swear to you, if it didn't really happen, it happened in my mind. But she and I have had this thing with rubber duckies. It started with me giving them to her when she's upset about something. And I'm like, Mom, you gotta let it roll off. You gotta let it roll off, Mom. You gotta let it roll off. Like, let it roll off you. And so I give her a rubber ducky. Right? to shake it off. To shake it off. And after a while, it got to be a thing. Got to be a thing. There are bunches of rubber duckies all over the crib in Nashville. There's rubber duckies everywhere. Different kinds of rubber duckies. And I swear to you, I don't know, but I swear to you that what my interaction was with my mom was her giving me this rubber ducky. And that's it. That's it. Everything else was absent for me. I don't know where I was. I don't know what hospital. I don't know where I was hospitalized. Like, I remember people talking to me about where I lived, during that period, right? Mm-hmm. Like where my hospital bed was. And people talk about it in two moves. Talk about me being in one place and me being in another place. But my experience is much more like 4 or 5 places. Like, I understand to people who just see the track was on the track, the clipboard. Thank you, clipboard of different information. Mm-hmm. How it was laid out. I understand that, but for me, like, I had to deal with that wheelchair, that not wheelchair, that cot, where mm-hmm. I had this interaction with my mom, and she handed me this. It wasn't anywhere. It was some hallway somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I remember that. So it was a part of my experience. Mm-hmm. And that's all I remember from day 410, just this anonymous hug from some woman that handed me this ego, this thing. And that's it. And there's just trying to call something into something, because I've said this a lot. I said that I had amnesia and I didn't understand who people were. Mm-hmm. I didn't understand who people were. I didn't understand what was happening. But I tell you this, though, that when I became aware, now I understand there were instances of me being aware that my folks talked about mm-hmm. to the people. But when I remember becoming aware, I remember waking up and saying, this is interesting. And that thought was really powerful to me, because I'm thinking about where to move forward. Like, just because I'm here, and I have to recognize that I have to move towards something. And for that something, it really had to do with using the restroom. It just really mm-hmm. had to do with small concrete things that I had to fight for something. But just to be able to fight for something, I had to fight for something, and that was using the restroom. And I gave those nurses the time of their lives. I gave them the time of their lives. Nurses, they were so mad at me. They were so mad at me, boy. When my boy would come to check me out, they would get on his pockets all the time, talk about me. But I had to fight for something, even though I didn't know who I was. Even though I didn't know who I was, what I was a part of, who these people were that were coming. I didn't know who they were. I just knew I had to fight for something. And that's something, I think, me fighting for something made the difference for me. Yeah. I think it made the difference for me.
Yeah. So we come like almost full circle, because you fighting for something also led you to discovering that you had a goal in mind before all of this happened, right? And what was that goal?
Yeah. I don't remember when my memory started coming back. I wish I could find that moment, but I don't remember when. But I remember that I suddenly remembered that I had the marathon coming up. And I don't remember how or when it came up, but I remembered the marathon. I was like, the marathon. And then I was like, I probably missed it. And I was like, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. And then I found out when it was, and it was so much closer than what I thought it would be, because I was like, it's way far down. Wait a minute, way close. Wait a minute, it's way far down. Like the sense of time for me has been very hard to fathom. That my sense of time. I think of things far away and think of things that's close. And so I couldn't decide when it was, but I was like, I'm gonna do this upcoming marathon. But I thought I had time. And then I was like, it's that soon? Oh my God. But for me, having something, I want to get this right, because this is important for people to hear. Having something to fixate my attention on that was big and outnumbered everything else was so much more important than anything else I could have done, because having the goal ordered my steps. And people talk about how much I've achieved, how quickly. Now he's talking so fast. He's talking so fast. He's doing all these other things. He's doing them things so fast. But my response to all of them is marathon. Marathon, because I'm trying to make this marathon. And so in order to make it, I've got to do things faster, because I've got to make that. And every day that I'm out there exercising, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about, I got to make this marathon. I got to make this marathon. I got to make this marathon. I got to keep reminding myself. So that was the most important thing for me. And that's the thing that ordered everything to my benefit.
That's we talked about it on another show, on Morning Sip, and on Sekou's show, about the movie and the book. Like, you could just feel it, you could just feel it in your soul when you talk about it, Sekou. It's just so inspiring. It's so inspiring. So I want to, so we have gone way over the show. Like, I said, this is going to have to happen in 2 parts. We'll figure that out later, right? But I want us to get in a couple of things here. So I put up the GiveMeTheWin.com website, because Sekou is raising money for Transformational Life Center, and he is setting a Guinness World Record. So let's talk about those 2 things, and then I'll share the video. And Sekou, I think you have to take down the thing that says Marathon Sunday, so that I could show the video of you and Demetrius.
Okay.
Well,
so while I'm doing that, I'll just say that what I have to say about the Guinness World Record, right, is the more serious answer than usual here, because of the context of that we've been talking about things. But I knew that I needed a reason to go do this. Like thinking about the effort of the marathon, was a lot for me to think about, especially once I realized how close it was. And then again, with the time thing, it would be this close and be this far, this close. I couldn't figure it out. And so I was concerned about that, and I needed a reason to call me, something to pull me towards the finish line. And so for me, yes, there are some other good reasons too, and other really valid reasons. But for me, I needed something to pull me towards the finish line, to make sure that I complete this goal. And that's what it was about for me.
That makes sense. That's a powerful pull.
That's a powerful pull. So, Fee, you created this Facebook group, Help Sekou Win a Guinness World Record. And I know that this is a placeholder someplace like headquarters for everyone. So share a little bit about that and what we are doing on this Marathon Sunday.
On this Marathon Sunday, we have about 5 to 9 hours, let's say 5 to 9 hours, a window, a really short window to raise what some would say is a lot of money in relationship to the amount of people we all know in our lives and on social media. It is a really small amount of money. $25,000 is a really small amount of money when you have 6,000 followers between 20 people. That's it right there. We're asking that everyone who is in the sound of our voices to go to this page and this event page with the same name, Help Sekou Win a Guinness World Record. Click donate $26.20 as many times as you'd like. Share, repost, invite your friends to do the same, and actually start as soon as you hear this. Just click, because again, you might be watching the replay, you might be watching it at 10:30. Please click, because the window is short. Sekou is determined with our help to raise $25,000 and more, to donate 100% of that to Transformation Life Center's nonprofit in Nashville, Tennessee. They help with the literacy programs of Black and brown boys. They also have a 5K race that they do every year, which is growing. The work that the founder, Demetrius Short, is doing is powerful. He is transforming the community in Nashville, and he has a beautiful, beautiful staff and just so many people on board. Black Men Run is on board. He's a Black Men Run captain. So on Marathon Day, you will hear us go live from various aspects of the race and from the race, from Nashville, from Baltimore, from New York, from other places in the world, where we will be just sharing with you where he is, where we are with the numbers, what mile he's on. We need people to lift him up in prayer, to see him, to image on the screen of your mind him crossing the finish line. But more importantly, crossing it with ease and grace.
Yes.
Crossing it with ease and grace and confidence and with joy in his heart.
Yes.
And that is what an ambassador for change is. It is everyone. It's anyone who shows up to be their brother or their sister's keeper. We're simply holding Sekou in the light. We're simply showering him with love, and we're supporting his initiative. This man wants to do two things in life right now: complete the marathon, raise money, get into the Guinness World Book of Records. That's it. Yes. And he is only able to complete that and to accomplish that with our help. This is a teamwork vision. He's not able to do this alone. Especially the Guinness World Record. It is designed for him to do the marathon, raise the monies only during the marathon, and give it away. He can't even keep the money. This is not for him. This is not for him. This is for us.
Yes.
Which means we all get to be in bed with making this happen.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. We get to pay it forward. And yeah, I just want to say how commendable it is that Sekou Wrights is currently being raised for. We started a GoFundMe campaign for him around 3 or 4 days in the hospital. Within about a month and a half, we had raised almost $21,000. And so, Sekou, you were saying that you weren't for sure when your memory clicked in. I don't know if you remember this, but when he was in the hospital, he learned about his GoFundMe campaign, right? You want to know what he said?
Give it away.
He said, "Give that to Back on My Feet." We were like, what? What? I said, tell him no. And that speaks to how committed he was, even in that state, to continue to raise for other people. I said, we will get back to that, but not right now.
That's right.
This is for you. And so when he was able to make the decision and help us to understand how committed and passionate he was like, look, he didn't say it, but it was in his behavior. Y'all gonna either get on board or get gone, because I'm doing this. I'm going to continue to raise this money for Back on My Feet, which he did. He exceeded it. It was $36.50 that was supposed to be raised. He raised $3,706.
4,000.
Is it 4,000 now?
4,000 plus.
All right.
To Back on My Feet. So it just speaks to his character. And an ambassador for change is someone who shows up to support their brother. They believe in him. and we're just going to keep pushing. We're going to be behind you, pushing you across that finish line with our prayers, with our love, with our fight, and with our donations.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And Fee, you are so right. Someone said to me, can you talk Sekou out of it? Running walking the marathon. And I was like, no, I cannot.
No,
we don't even need to talk about this. No, I cannot.
Yeah.
But what I can do, and what we are inviting everyone else to do, is to support him in raising this 25,000 plus to set the new Guinness World Record for the most money raised in a marathon. And let's be clear, it only counts, your donation counts from the moment that Sekou takes his first step to the moment he crosses the finish line. That's it. Nothing before and nothing after. So this is really important. So please do this. Download the TCS New York City Marathon app. You can follow Sekou. Just put in Sekou Writes, and you'll be able to follow him as he goes through the marathon. We can follow him and see where he is, and just keep giving. Just keep giving, seeing and knowing that he is crossing that finish line with grace and ease, as Fee has said. So we are excited. We are 100% Team Hero. We are 100% ambassadors for change. We are there with you, Sekou, and mind, body, spirit, soul, spirit, all the things, all the things. And we're going to celebrate. There will be a celebration once he rests and recovers from running a marathon, right? We will be celebrating. So any last words, Fee, Sekou? And then I'm going to show the video.
Just to show up in your way by contributing in some way to this thing that will become bigger than you, because it's a lifetime event. It's happening right now, and you're about to miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. This is happening right now. It's happening right now. It's happening right now.
And I would like to say thank you in advance to all who have already donated to the Team Sekou Go Right, the Team Sekou Rights GoFundMe campaign. So many people, 124 people have already donated big monies. This big money. So thank you to you. And thank you to so many of the people on Instagram who are creating videos saying how they support Sekou. They don't know Sekou personally, but they resonate with his story, because it's all of our story, except the ending is different because he's gotten back up really, really fast and kept moving. And so his story inspires all of us. When you get knocked down, you get to give yourself permission to get back up. In spite, because people wanted him to sit down somewhere.
Yes.
They wanted that for him.
Yes.
And he didn't.
Yes.
And you can make a choice in your life to keep moving forward in spite of your diagnosis, in spite of your condition. You get to do that. You get to decide. And Sekou has decided, and we're on board. Like we're with Sekou. Sekou has incredible friends, and his friends' friends are championing for him. So let's all continue to champion for this man, because I assure you, it's karma. When you champion for him, when you're in need, which all of us at some point in our lives are going to be in need, expect that you'll be championed for.
Yes. 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 Thank you. Thank you both so much for this special Living Life in Joy today. If you are not on, if you have friends who are not on social media, just tell them this website, givemethewin.com, and they can go there and make their donation.
Givemethewin.com. Givemethewin.com. Givemethewin.com.
All of that. And say it to them just like Sekou just did.
That's right.
While you're clicking.
Givemethewin.com.
Givemethewin.com.
Okay.
So I'm going to end today's show with a quick video of Sekou and Demetrius Short, who is the founder of Transformational Life Center, who will be the recipients of the money that is raised through the marathon. And it's quite a show. And it's Marathon Sunday, y'all, and we got work to do. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Peace and blessings, everybody. I hope you enjoy this clip. I have fun recording it with these two. Here we go.
On November the 6th, this man, this friend of mine, this hero is going to break the Guinness World Record at the New York City Marathon. Isn't that right?
That's right. I'm Sekou, and I'll be breaking Guinness World Record by giving my man some money.
$25,000. But we know you have to have a special shoe to break a record. And he's going to break the record in the exclusive Saucony X Black Men Run Edition Endorphin Speed 3. How do they feel?
They feel great.
Are they ready to break a record?
They're ready.
Are you sure?
You ready?
Come on, let me walk you down real quick. Come on. Saucony, thank you so very much. Black Men Run. These shoes are great. The record's going to be broken in the Saucony X Black Men Run collaboration Endorphin Speed 3. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Oh, that's so great. That's so great. Give me the win, y'all. Go there now. Go there now. Peace and blessings.